Hello, giving our praise unto Abashima Shabashimako Hakorash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and the honors you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above everybody are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bashima Shabashimako Hakorash, giving our praise unto Abashima Shabashimako Hakorash. Alright, this is going to be a relatively quick video, based upon this article that we see here of the controlled demolition of the United Kingdom, which ultimately is going to lead into the establishing of the MLTB, marker the you-know-what system out here within the UK. And pretty much what's going on, you've seen over the last few governments. I've been saying this for a little while, and I said this before this petition went out. I said, you know, the UK is changing governments more than, you know, most people change bed sheets. And this is pretty much what it's looking like. And you better believe it's all on purpose. You better believe the trigger points and the triggering of the people here is all orchestrated via agent provocateurs, via particular individuals that are going to push forth a narrative out there, right? Like immigration and right the financial situation, the farmers protesting, which that's kind of like a big thing, but it's all on purpose. And previously we've seen the quasi-Kwarteng budget thing that pretty much put the economy in a bit of a pickle for a couple of months. Whether it's recovered or not recovered is neither here nor there. The reality of the situation is the economy was in a pickle, and then they had to change that guy out. So yeah, man, it's interesting. Okay, it's interesting, and we could theorize as to what's gonna go and what's gonna happen over the next however long it's gonna be until the MLTB system is set up. But you got to remember, the UK is supposed to be, you know, a premier economy and a premier country. And right now, it's kind of looking like a third world country right now. Okay, it's feeling like Nigeria out here. That might be the title of the video. It's feeling like Nigeria out here within the UK, man. It's feeling like Nigeria out here. You know, somebody comes into power, and 2 weeks later they want them out because, you know, they're coming out with policies and things that don't make sense. And you know what seems to be really the sticking point with all of these different governments that keep on coming in is the economy. Okay, that seems to be pretty much the general theme of all of these different governments that come in. It's the economy. Okay, and obviously on the back burner is the 2030 thing. And if you notice everything that's what they're doing about the 2030 thing, they're you know, Sunak, when he came in, he sped that up. All right, it seemed like on the surface that he was pushing it back, but he sped it up. And remember, some of the principles of the 2030 thing are tied to the economy, right? So, for example, the transition towards electrical vehicles and all of that, that's tied to the economy with respect to commerce, okay? So, when you're telling people, look, the budgets, we're going to make it tighter. We're going to increase taxes. We're going to increase, right, the amount of money that you're paying into the system. But at the same time, you're telling people to buy expensive stuff. Right, and also at the same time, you're saying, you know, we need to think about the future of the economy, but at the same time, you're increasing capital gains tax, and then therefore people are signing a petition to change the government already, calling for another election or whatever. You got to really come to the conclusion that it's kind of clear to see, but you got to really think like, what's the end all be all what they're trying to do? Okay, what's going on over here? What's the objective? And I suppose it's obvious that the objective is a transition into a new system, right? A transition into a new way of doing things. And this is what brothers have been speaking about over the last couple of days, right? It's getting booky out here. It's getting spooky out here within the UK, man. I told you that I don't know if I uploaded the video, but I did that as a video last couple of days, right? It's getting spooky out here, man. People are losing jobs left, right, and center, right? So calls for reform are coming, and with all of the things that I've said, you know, it's not, you know, the most coherent thing that, you know, not the most coherent video I've ever put together, but with everything I've said, right, you should be able to see that there's a narrative and there's a way of chaos that we're seeing throughout the four corners. Well, in the UK specifically, based on this article, there's a certain level of disorganization that we're seeing. Well, at some point, and this is how the elites work, from that chaos, the people are going to be what? They're going to be rushing and raving and begging for some type of order, all right? all of this chaos out here within the UK, people are going to be begging for some type of order, right? When this economy really crashes, when they really crash out this economy, they're going to be begging for some type of order. And us as the prophet, our job is to tell you what, that the order that they've already set up for is the NWO, the CHIP, the NWO, the CBDCs. That's all. That's going to be the solution to immigration. That's going to be the solution to the economy. That's going to be the solution to a lot of things. So when you're seeing all of this chaos, just remember this chaos is for a reason. They have orchestrated chaos. They've sent forth an agenda, and they've pushed an agenda of chaos out there for a particular reason, right? And that reason is simple. Through chaos, they want to establish order, and it's not the order that's going to be beneficial to you. It's going to be the order that's beneficial to them. So yeah, this is chaos right here. But again, like I said, what order do you think that they're going to implement when it finally reaches breaking point, right? Because four governments in about as much years. Well, that's chaos. What order do you think that they're going to give you? What order do you think that they're going to give you? Okay, it's going to be the order that they've been. It's going to be the order that they've been planning for the longest time, which is going to be the CBDCs, the CHIP, etc., etc., etc. So with that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yabashi Mashai, Mashim Kohakodash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and the honest brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. I'll speak to you on the next one. Shalom.